Italy has always been a magnet for the world's elite, from the opulence of the Roman emperors to the glamour of Hollywood stars. But today, Italy is not just a place of history, art, and fine dining. It's quickly becoming one of the most sought-after destinations for the world's ultra-wealthy billionaires, who no longer come here for a mere leisure or vacation, but to settle, invest, and build new lives. Recent estimates suggest that more than 3,600 high-net-worth individuals are expected to relocate to Italy in the coming years, including the Formula One champion, Lewis Hamilton, and 2 times newly married billionaire, Jeff Bezos. Along with them, they could also inject an astounding $21 billion in private capital into the country's economy. Although such figures are notoriously difficult to track with precision, the investment migration consultancy Henley & Partners has noted a dramatic shift. In just 3 years, Italy has climbed the global rankings as a prime destination for millionaire migration, rising from 11th place in 2023 to 6th in 2024, and now 3rd in 2025. In doing so, Italy has jumped ahead of some of the longtime hub spots for the wealthy, such as Singapore, Switzerland, and even Australia. But why is Italy becoming the prime destination for these wealthy billionaires? Well, let's find out. This is Rob, and you're watching Beyond Economy. At the heart of this sudden billionaire migration phenomenon lies one policy: Italy's flat tax regime. While many countries are tightening tax rules on the rich, Italy has moved in the opposite direction, crafting one of the most appealing fiscal environments in Europe. This policy shift has triggered ripple effects, reshaping real estate markets, business landscapes, and even cultural dynamics. The story begins in 2017, when Italy's then center-left government introduced a bold and controversial reform: a flat tax of 100,000 euros per year for the new wealthy residents, regardless of their global earnings. For international investors, entrepreneurs, and high-net-worth individuals, this was a game-changer. Suddenly, instead of facing complicated tax codes and heavy levies, they had a single, predictable, and relatively a modest tax bill. The idea wasn't entirely unique. Other European countries like Portugal and Switzerland had similar incentive programs at the time, but Italy's simplicity and brand appeal gave it an extra edge. By paying this flat rate, foreign residents were exempted from Italian taxation on their global income and only paid a normal tax on money earned inside the country. For the ultra-wealthy with vast overseas portfolios, this meant massive savings. Yet not everyone in Italy was enthusiastic. In 2024, amid mounting criticism that the program was too generous, the government doubled the levy to 200,000 euros for new arrivals. Economy Minister Giancarlo Ahetti publicly stated that Italy did not want to enter a race to the low tax giveaways for the rich. Still, this increases hardly affected the demand. For individuals earning tens or hundreds of millions annually, 200,000 euros is nothing. As one consultant described it, it's like paying 4 euros for a coffee instead of 2. You won't give up coffee over that. In fact, the doubled fee only increased government revenues, proving the scheme's resilience. Italy's policy shift coincided with a broader global trend: the acceleration of millionaire migration. In the past decade, the number of wealthy individuals relocating abroad has nearly tripled, reaching record highs in 2024. And this trend shows no sign of slowing down into 2025 and beyond. Meanwhile, other countries have been moving in the opposite direction, tightening rules on the rich in efforts to reduce inequality and refill strained public demands. Like France is considering expanding its wealth tax, Switzerland is tightening up its inheritance tax reforms, and the most dramatic example came from the UK in 2025, when Britain's new Labour government abolished the country's 200-year-old non-dom regime, which had allowed foreign residents to avoid paying UK taxes on overseas income for up to 15 years. In its place, the government introduced a new residency-based system, claiming it would generate £12.7 billion over 5 years. Critics, however, warn this could backfire, pushing wealthy residents to move their fortunes abroad, weakening investment and consumer spending at home. This shifting landscape has spurred competition. countries worldwide are now openly strategizing about how to attract Britain's and other nations' departing millionaires. Investment migration programs have exploded, quadrupling since 1980, with Caribbean states like Grenada and Antigua, as well as Malta and Turkey, offering their own citizenship by investment or residency by investment schemes. These programs typically grant residency rights or even full citizenship in exchange for financial contributions such as real estate purchases, tax payments, or direct investments. Cost ranges widely from a few $1,000s to a shocking $80 million. And Italy's flat tax regime fits neatly into this growing global marketplace for mobility. But Italy's flat tax wasn't designed solely to attract foreign billionaires. It was also a bid to reverse years of economic stagnation and brain drain. After the European debt crisis, many Italian entrepreneurs and professionals moved abroad to pursue opportunities. The government hoped that by simplifying taxation and boosting incentives, both foreign investors and Italian businessmen would bring their money and their businesses back home. One notable case is the Cipriani family, who are famous for creating Venice's iconic Harry's Bar and its signature Bellini cocktail. Although the Ciprianis had expanded globally with properties in New York and beyond, they chose to return to Italy in 2022, opening a members club in Milan. Their reasoning was partly emotional, a desire to reconnect with roots, but also practical. Milan had evolved into a hub for global business, culture, and of course, favorable tax incentives. This resulted in the return of capital and talents with broader reforms like Italy's Industrial 4.0 plan. These policies encourage investments in sectors such as digital technology and green infrastructure by offering tax credits and depreciation benefits. Taken together, they signal a country's attempt to reinvent itself as a modern economic powerhouse, while leveraging its timeless allure. So where exactly are the rich moving within Italy? Well, unsurprisingly, Milan tops the list. As Italy's financial and fashion capital, it combines global connectivity with access to Lake Como, a longtime playground for the rich. Milan's real estate market has surged accordingly. Property prices there have climbed nearly 50% since 2017, compared to just 11% across other major Italian cities. Analysts expect prime real estate in Milan to grow another 3.5% in 2025 alone. Other popular destinations include historic cultural hubs like Rome, Florence, Venice, and Bologna, as well as picturesque regions such as Tuscany and the Italian Riviera. Unsurprisingly, Lake Como remains a crown jewel. Inspired partly by global pop culture like the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas, the lake has seen property prices soar by double digits over the past 5 years. Although growth is expected to stabilize, the demand for its exclusive villas remains incredibly high. While luxury lifestyles may feel worlds apart from everyday Italian life, the influx of the wealthy inevitably impacts local economies. Events like Jeff Bezos' wedding in Venice have reportedly injected over $1 billion into the local economy, boosting hospitality, services, and tourism. Similarly, the growing presence of financiers, private equity groups, and entrepreneurs has created jobs in everything, from real estate to wellness industries. But there's always a darker side. Rising property prices have made housing less affordable for locals, especially in major cities. Many Italians find themselves priced out of central neighborhoods as international buyers drive up values. With wages struggling to keep pace, inequality has deepened, raising concerns about long-term social and economic divides. Some critics also worry that unlike in Greece, where similar flat tax incentives require an additional €500,000 investment in properties or equities, Italy imposes no such obligation. Wealthy newcomers can reap tax advantages without necessarily investing in the broader economy, prompting warnings that the system risks turning Italy into a de facto tax haven. But the numbers always speak for themselves. Italy's flat tax has pulled in hundreds of millions of euros in revenue, attracted thousands of wealthy residents, and fueled booms in real estate and luxury industries. Yet compared to Italy's massive public debt and fiscal challenges, these sums remain a drop in the ocean. As more nations consider similar schemes, the debate intensifies. Are these policies a smart way to attract capital and talent in a globalized world? Or do they risk fueling inequality while creating a dangerous race to the bottom in taxation? For now, Italy stands as one of the biggest winners in the global wealth migration game. Its blend of lifestyle, history, and favorable tax policies has created a unique structure that only a few other countries can match. Whether this strategy proves sustainable, or whether it sparks backlash at home, remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the world's rich are not just visiting Italy for vacation anymore, they're settling in. Let me know your thought in the comments, and make sure to subscribe for our next interesting video coming soon. This is Rob, and you're watching Beyond Economy.